Ghosts Among Us is a series of one-shots. Emergency First Aid by Reader Revolution. Summary. Bandages? Got it. Give me a second. Okay, wait. Then he paused, narrowing his eyes at Hood's unsteady hands, reaching towards his helmet. What are you doing? No, stop that! Helm stays on! Red ignored him, fingers fumbling with the clasp. I'm serious! Hey, quit it! Then he swatted Red Hood's hands away, trying to keep the vigilante from unmasking himself. Nothing good ever comes from a civilian learning a vigilante's identity. I mean it, stop! Red Hood groaned again, louder this time, as if Danny was the unreasonable one. Hot, he mumbled, tugging weakly at the helmet. I do not care, Danny snapped, hands on his hips. Helm stays on. Will you just... Nope, nuh-uh. Don't you dare. Or... Civilian Danny patching Red Hood up. The clock ticked closer to midnight as Danny Fenton stumbled into his small Gotham apartment, arms laden with takeout containers and an uncurly stack of paperwork. It was supposed to be a quiet night, one where he could unwind with some greasy noodles and the newest sci-fi series. But quiet nights in Gotham? A pipe dream. The sound of a heavy thud against his fire escape made him freeze. His first instinct was to grab his thermos, a holdover from his ghost-fighting days, but the sight of red and black armor clasping onto his balcony stopped him cold. Red Hood? He muttered, setting his stuff down. Then he squinted through the glass, setting his things on the counter. Sure enough, Gotham's infamous vigilante was sprawled on the cold metal, blood seeping through his gear. Red Hood groaned, rolling onto his back, blood seeping through his armor, and his breaths were swallow. And of course there were ghosts or shades floating anxiously around him. The shades weren't aggressive. They were distressed, circling Red Hood like nervous birds, tugging at Danny's attention. Their whispers were fragmented, but pleading. Help him, Danny groaned, running a hand through his hair. He didn't want to get involved. He really didn't, but the shades weren't giving him much of a choice. He tried walking away, but the moment he did, the whispers turned into sharp, gut-wrenching cries. Oh, this is bad, Danny said, fumbling to unlock the window and pull the unconscious vigilante inside. Really bad. Red Hood was a mess. Whatever fight he'd just walked away from, or stumbled away from, had left him disoriented, bleeding, and apparently very, very chatty. Bandages, Red Hood muttered, voice slurred. His helmeted head lolled in Danny's direction as the younger man scrambled for his emergency kit. Bandages, got it. Give me a second. Okay, wait. Then he paused, narrowing his eyes at Hood's unsteady hands, reaching towards his helmet. What are you doing? No, stop that. Helmet stays on. Red ignored him, fingers fumbling with the clasp. I'm serious. Hey, quit it! Then he squatted Red Hood's hands away, trying to keep the vigilante from unmasking himself. Nothing good ever comes from a civilian learning a vigilante's identity. I mean it, stop! Red Hood groaned again, louder this time, as if Danny was the unreasonable one. Hot, he mumbled, tugging weakly at the helmet. I do not care, Danny snapped, his hands on his hips. Helmet stays on. Will you just... Nope! Nuh-uh! Don't you dare! The sound of fabric rustling and the telltale click of a helmet unclasping made Danny's stomach drop. No! Danny wailed as Hood yanked off the helmet, revealing a mop of messy hair and a sweat-covered domino mask underneath. Then he blinked in surprise. Ah, agents, this is bad. This is so bad. My life is over. Oh, CV. Oh, wait. You have a domino mask underneath? Red Hood grunted, half-conscious, and flopped back onto the couch, looking for all the world like this entire situation was perfectly normal. Meanwhile, half across Gotham, Oracle nearly choked on her coffee. Danny leaned closer to inspect the wound on Red Hood's side, trying to ignore the shades As they flitted around, urging him to hurry, he pressed the damp cloth to Red Hood's forehead, muttering under his breath, "Why do you guys never go to hospitals?" Hood cracked one eye open. "Too many rules and needles." "Uh-huh," Danny said skeptically. "Sure, because bleeding out on my couch is so much better." He smirked faintly. "You're cute and you're mad." Danny froze, ears burning. "Oh my god, you're definitely concussed." Red Hood hummed, his voice slurring. "Keep talking, like your voice." "I'm gonna lose my mind," Danny muttered, carefully patching him up. "What even is my life right now?" In the Batcave, the comms team was in hysterics. "He is handling it," Oracle said, snorting. "I think we should recruit him," Red Robin added. When Hood finally passed out, Danny sat back with a sigh, rubbing his temples. "Right. Okay, he's not dying, but what do I do now?" He stared at this discarded red helmet on the floor, and then at the vigilante sprawled across his couch. "Oh," Danny muttered to himself. "Patch him up, let him sleep, and kick him out before the rest of Gotham's weirdos show up." The shades that had been lingering around Red Hood, the ones who had drawn Danny into this mess in the first place, floated closer. "Thank you," one whispered, their translucent form shimmering faintly in the dim light. Yeah, Danny grumbled, waving them off. "Just don't make it a habit, okay?" The shades offered faint smiles before disappearing, their presence leaving the air light. Danny glanced at Hood again, taking in the vigilante's peaceful, if exhausted expression. He shook his head, muttering, "Unbelievable. I moved to Gotham for a quiet life, and I still end up in these messes." He stood and grabbed the blanket, dropped it over him, before retreating to his room. "You'll have bled all over my couch. I'm judging you for cleaning." That was the Podfic. If you like this video, leave a like. If you like my videos in general, feel free to subscribe. And I do Podfic commissions. So if you have a story in mind that you want me to read, either your own or from other people, you can commission me to do that. More information about that you can find in my channel description. And hear you next time.